Hi, I'm Luan Akin with Tagawa Gardens in Centennial, Colorado, and every now and then from her bag of tricks, Mother Nature is bound to throw us a curveball. To explain, we've come to visit a very special friend of Tagawa Gardens right in his own backyard. Craig Miller has been an ISA certified arborist for more than 20 years. He's a gardening guru and an all-around good guy. But even with his expertise, trees and shrubs in his own yard were showing significant signs of damage as the growing season began.
What we have here, Luan, is a golden arborvitae, and this tree, even though it was well hydrated and well cared for over the winter, it ended up 50% dead as a result of a major flash freeze, where the temperature dropped more than 70 degrees in 24 hours. But fortunately, with some good aftercare, we've been able to bring it back, and it's starting to recover at this point.
So what exactly is going on inside the tree or shrub when that flash freeze hits?
Typically, when you get a flash freeze like this, you've got a lot of moisture in the branches and also in the root system, in theory. What happens is that moisture expands into ice crystals and it ruptures plant cells, which causes the damage that you see on the tree in terms of the brown needles.
Deciduous trees, the trees that lose their leaves in the fall, can be hard hit by a flash freeze too.
This is a serviceberry tree right here, and these are native to Colorado, and natives tend to have the best opportunity to get through environmental damage like a flash freeze or a situation of winter drought. All of this deadwood that you see up and through here, in fact, this entire limb is pretty much gone right here, and then all throughout the tree there's a lot of fine deadwood that was not there last year.
The damage from a flash freeze and winter drought can look quite different from one type of plant to another. This ponderosa pine has dead needles throughout the top of the tree. On other trees, the damage may be far worse. Cottonwoods and ash also have taken a hard hit, with half or more of the trees having no leaves at all. So how can people tell how bad the damage on their trees and shrubs might be?
One of the easiest ways to test is checking to see if you've got some suppleness or some limberness to your branches. If a branch will fold like this without snapping, you're going to be in really good shape. If, on the other hand, you have a branch such as this that breaks really easily, that's going to be a problem. And it's going to be indicative that the tissue is dead. The other thing that you can do is just take a very sharp knife and just gently scrape the bark away. If the bark is green, as you can see right there, the branch is alive. If it's brown, it's dead. And unfortunately, as is the case with a lot of susceptible trees, such as ash trees, if you have an ash tree in your yard right now that is dead, you're going to have to think about removing it.
So if a tree or shrub is stressed, not enough winter watering, or it's crowded, or bad soil, is that going to make the impact of a flash freeze that much worse?
Absolutely. Any kind of stress, whether it be biotic, insects or diseases, or abiotic, environmental, is going to put the tree in a lot worse condition to be able to deal with a severe winter drought or a flash freeze. Any kind of ongoing care that you can provide, especially winter watering and watering in season. April through October, small trees, 1 to 6 inches in diameter, you'll want to provide them with 10 gallons of water per diameter inch measured at knee height on the trunk. You'll do that every 3 to 4 weeks. Medium trees, 7 to 15 inches, you're going to want to be watering them again 10 gallons an inch, but maybe every 3 weeks. Your larger trees, 15 inches and above, you're going to want to be watering them on a frequency of 3 times a month, but with using 15 gallons per diameter inch. In the winter months, you want to be providing water once a week if it's dry. If we have adequate snowfall or rainfall, obviously there's no watering required.
Bottom line, when the kind of damage that we've been showing you here turns up in your yard, in your neighbor's yard, when you see it where you live, don't automatically reach for the pesticide or lay down a whole bunch of fertilizer. It's entirely possible that damage is environmental, meaning the flash freeze and winter drought. So what do we do now?
The number one thing I recommend is patience. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that things will leaf out. There's a limit. This tree is a great example. This crabapple here had flowered out, or it had the flower buds and the leaves on it. It got flash frozen. It turned completely brown. 4 weeks it sat that way. I kept coming out, scratching the branch, making sure it was green, making sure that we had some flexibility, and it took 4 weeks before it finally leafed out as you see it today. I gave it some time, I gave it some water. That's the number 2 thing. Make sure that you water per the guidelines that I've given you.
One of the best gardening tools for a situation like this is your smartphone. Take pictures, wide shots, tight shots. Help us see what you're seeing. And then bring those pictures to Tagawa Gardens and we will do our very best to help. We are, after all, Tagawa's, your garden store, and so much more. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and find others like it on our Tagawa Gardens YouTube channel. Also, find us on Facebook and Instagram.